up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Houston Texans and the Philadelphia Eagles. The children... We're underway on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go. 180. Watch the flat. Watch the flat. Watch the flat. Watch the flat. Watch the flat.
A first carry now for Marshawn Lynch. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Philadelphia picking up the first on a gain of 15.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, there'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. They run. Lynch. In on the tackle there, Luke Kuechly.
When we talk about Luke Kuechly, you can't talk about his overall game without talking about his intelligence and how he controls the whole defense. He quarterbacks that defense, and at times will actually make checks, just like a quarterback would on offense to get them into the right defense. They definitely were on that play. How about that finish? Holding that to a minimal gain.
2nd and 9 now. Open receiver. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 36.
That was an excellent read right there. Saw cover one. That means it's just a single high safety. So you know if you throw the ball to the outside part of the field, help is going to be a little bit late getting there. And he puts one out there for a big-time completion.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 36. Meanwhile here, a run on first down really backfires as he's going to be brought down well behind the line of scrimmage. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make 2nd down pretty tough.
Tonight, 20. 59. Here we go.
On 2nd down, Lynch. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. 3rd and 15 here after the 1st and 2nd down plays went in the wrong direction. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 23. First down, the run with Lynch. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. It's probably a pretty good sign here on the opening drive if your guys from the secondary are coming up and spilling things in the backfield.
How about the adrenaline and aggressiveness that led his eyes to the backfield to run up there and make that tackle, setting a tone early for his defense.
And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. And this will be play number 8 of the opening drive. It's 3rd and short. They'll run it. Here's Lynch. Lynch pushing, but he is not going to get there. They stop him short. He needed 2. He got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down and a yard. Now it's Chris Boswell on for the field goal try. And Boswell's kick is good. And the Eagles, they take a 3-0 lead. Able to move the ball on that drive. Yes, just 3 points, but 4 first downs were in there.
Yeah, and you can look at it and feel pretty good about the whole thing and think, okay, this should continue throughout this ball game. On the flip side, if you're a defender, it's almost like, whew, we only gave up 3. They moved the ball on us pretty well.
After the successful field goal try, here's Boswell to send it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
Go. 120. Feel right.
Now the Georgia Southern man. This is Jerick McKinnon. He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. 20. Touchdown, Houston. Jerick McKinnon, 79 yards. And the Texans have taken the lead. And with his speed, if he just finds the slightest crease, he can take it the distance like he did there.
How about the leverage up front? Offensive line out-leveraging the defensive front to create that space, that crease that he was looking for. And once he hits open field, he's going to be very difficult to catch and corral.
Bullock good on the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. They'll run with Marshawn Lynch. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave them with a third and about 4 more for a first.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. 17 yards and a first down for Philly.
Well, for teams that like to play man coverage, running corner routes can be tough on them because of the ability of getting into it. Sometimes you're squaring it off. Sometimes you're just rounding it. Sometimes there's a fake. Sometimes there's not. That makes it very, very difficult for a DB to stay with it.
On first down, it's gone. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Undercrush, undercrush, undercrush. Average wall. Smooth.
Mike is 59. Mike the 59.
Five.
There's Gone. He's going to air one out. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week. 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Working from the gun. Wentz. Throwing left side, it's complete. And they'll get him down up past the 15, just shy of the 20. 16 yards on that one, and also a Texan first down. So a much rosier picture now after that last play. Here's 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Let's go. Great.
Now Cook. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports.
Kill.
Right here.
Man 5-7.
On 3rd and long, it's Wentz. And that will be incomplete. The Notre Dame man, Jalen Smith, able to get a hand in and knock it away. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. 49-yard punt, 5 on the return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. This is Lynch. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? Because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's going to wind up and air it. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Jakeem Grant, his 1st touchdown of the new season. And once again, the Eagles are back out in front. Boswell good with the extra point, and the lead is now 10-7. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency. Move the ball at least a few times on offense. Get a couple of first.
And I think the ball's out. And it's picked up by the Eagles. Some guys just have a knack for creating turnovers. He's got a little bit of that going. He forced a fumble last week, another one there.
And it just drives teams crazy because they realize that certain guys, as you said, have that knack, and they're trying to keep them away from the action, away from the ball. But the best ones have that overwhelming desire, that overwhelming need to get to the football and make it happen, and that he does.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. A 10th carry of the game for Marshawn Lynch. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Escaping the pressure right. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
Throwing on 3rd. Gone. That's caught over the middle by Hurst. A nice pickup of 23 on the 3rd down conversion. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage, if he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
They'll run for it with Lynch. And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. Marshawn Lynch, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. Extra point put through by Boswell. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. Call it a pickup of 7, and that'll make this a second down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Second down, McKinnon. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, it's almost a tendency breaker.
Here's a throw out wide complete to his running back right side. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. A big one there for the Texans, 18 yards.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a third down.
Well, it wasn't much of a gain, but we're getting near the 2-minute warning, so maybe they just want to get to that point, regroup, and decide what they want to do the rest of the half.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this second week of the regular season. Wentz looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And the throw there going to be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. The field goal unit's going to stay put on the sideline. They're going to go on 4th down here. They'll go for it. It's Wentz. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there. Into the red zone. Wentz. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Coverage there by the safety, Harrison Smith. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. On the ground, it's Cook. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important. From the gun, it's Wentz. And that is incomplete. The 2017 All-Pro Darius Slay there in coverage, knocking it away. Problems on third down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on third down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the third down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on first and second down.
So it's an empty trip downfield there as they get a missed field goal on fourth down.
And I didn't see anything in the setup. It's a good snap, good hold.
Yep.
He just pushed it, and that one never wanted to come back.
They'll start on the ground with Lynch. 10 yards there and an Eagle first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They'll pick up another first down with that run.
Go!
On first and 10, Goff. Brought in over the middle by Grant. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Here's Goff. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
There are a good number of coaches at any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Now it's Goff. He's going to let this one go deep. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off down at the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is 3rd down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punt. It's not an altogether bad result.
So after the INT, here's Wentz. And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. A wise move there, looked like nobody open, now 2nd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things. Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
5-9. 7's a look. It's our time. It's our time, guys. It's our time. 5. Mike 7. Hey, pick your game up.
Shotgun now for Wentz. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Andy Isabella was the intended target. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll run with Lynch. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Vanderbilt's own Oren Burks had the tackle defensively. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Goff over the middle, complete. It's Grant. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Jakeem Grant as the first half is winding down. And the Eagles able to push further out in front.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that can finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs.
Boswell set to kick off.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
The Texans take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
You ain't got to kill. Let's go, T. Let's go. Hey, Steve 6. Steve 6. Mike 7.
Play action. Now Wentz. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the second down play, they burn the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the second quarter. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll run it now out of the gun. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
22-jet bombers, 22-jet bombers. Hey, kill. Watch the twist. Hey, zoom.
Now they'll throw it. Wentz. He finds McKinnon, complete. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. That one good for 26 and a first down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Lefty. 46 down, man. 5-4.
On 2nd and 9. Wentz. Going to throw right side here. Complete. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 17-yard line.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, You really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you that one. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Marquise Goodwin, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Texans cut into that lead. That's the score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. The third quarter has not been kind to them. After they built that lead at intermission, they've seen that lead shrink.
And how much of that is simply execution? How much of that is maybe you lose your edge a little bit because you've got a lead? And you do have to credit the other team some because they've made some adjustments to start to slow them down. Can they find those counters now, those extra plays or plays they haven't run that'll be effective and get them back moving again?
They'll be looking for something here, anything to seize that momentum back. Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Phillip Dorsett, the intended receiver, and it's third down.
Well, the secondary's really struggled today, but that's a little bit of a measure of revenge, isn't it? And they just followed the basic rules. See ball, knock ball away, turned into a nice play.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on second down. A shotgun snap for Gone. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 39. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Stephon Tuitt, the one that got him down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
25, check 25, check 25.
Again, it's Cook. And an alley to run. Just falls short down at the 1-yard line. A big play there out of Cook. 56 yards. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Now Wentz will keep it. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down. It's a sneak. It's Wentz. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Watch the ship. Check 3, check 3, check 3. Listen.
Now here's a whistle as flags come in. And we'll check out the call. A bad time for a false start penalty as they're backed up now for 3rd and goal.
Kill, turn up.
6'6", pull it high. At 58 is the mic. Go 58 is the mic.
Let's go, D.
2J. 58 to Mike, 58 to Mike. Watch the pass.
Now this time, Wentz will throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
They may be snapping the ball near the goal line, but all you're thinking defensively, keep them out of the end zone. Force the incompletion, force them into going for 3, and not giving up 6.
So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost, and the drive will wind up yielding 3. So he missed that field goal earlier, but he says not this time. Able to knock it through, give his guys 3.
I like his poise. I like his confidence, his belief in himself. Sometimes when you miss that first one, you'll see a lot of guys sag and they can't make the next one. Not in this case. Stepped right up like a pro.
After the field goal now, it's Bullock to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. To throw is gone. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's 3rd down.
Trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown, and frankly, that should have been another pick right there. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Taken in at the 11. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point.
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about
toe
that.
Bashed it.
Super toe.
So after the penalty, now they need just a yard on 2nd down. Cook following the penalty. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Trey 15. Trey 15.
Throwing on first is Wentz. A dump down to McKinnon. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
218, chopper.
On second down now, it's Cook. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10.
Single, slot. Hey, you're on an island over there. You're on an island.
Now Wentz. And this is caught by Watkins. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And he's going to get it down to the 14-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards. One thing that's great about watching him run, Charles, he doesn't hesitate. He got to the left side of his O-line and just went.
So there's two ways to look at that. One, just absolutely unconcerned, just takes off and goes. But more of the latter, I think, which is he has absolute confidence in the guys in front of him, the guys doing the blocking for him. He just takes it and goes with abandon.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Jalen Smith able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. They run. Cook. He's to the 10, and he's all the way down to the 6-yard line. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
They'll look to pick it up with McKinnon. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. The gain of 5 that time gives him the conversion and makes it 1st and goal. They'll try with McKinnon, and he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. Jerick McKinnon with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game, as they can now even this game here in the 4th quarter with the extra point. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good, and we are tied here in the 4th quarter. Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And a tight game after punting.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 28-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. They'll keep pounding here with Lynch. And not much. Maybe a yard up to the 29. They had 3 yards on 1st down, just 1 yard there.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Fields. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Quan Alexander. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line.
At the 42-yard line.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Boy, nowhere to go at all on that first down run as they will get to him behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down. Let him go by a little too easily there.
Well, that's what we saw in film, isn't it? His head goes down oftentimes when he goes to punch, when he's trying to block. And when you do that, you can't see your target. He went right past him and made the play.
On second and 11 now. Wentz setting up the screen for Cook. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
The Texans on third down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Working from the gun, Wentz. And he finds Cook. And he's going to get this inside the 30. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They've got a first down in field goal range already. First down, here's the run with Cook. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Here we go. 280. Man, I got
you. They run it again with Cook. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Dalvin Cook, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. Extra point up and good by Bullock. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They're down here in a 1-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Well, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one good for 26 and a first down. Gone. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Chidobe Awuzie there to make the play in coverage. He has had a great game defensively. He's been east-west, north-south, everywhere.
Yeah, and I love how you described that, because to be a great defender, you have to be able to move up and back, sideline to sideline, and he's been fantastic. Reminds me of a young Charles Davis when he was playing Madden.
Absolutely. Oh, I thought you were going on the field, but okay, I see you. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Philip Dorsett in the final minute as they can now even this game here in the 4th quarter with the extra point.
The receivers have been running them ragged, maybe some tired legs in the secondary, maybe some tired legs in the pass rush. Didn't get to him, and look what resulted. A touchdown, tie game. They've got a chance to take the lead.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th.
Chris Boswell set to kick off.
So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play, but if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already.
You got nothing.
Wentz to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on second down.
Our time. It's our time.
4-5-7.
Back to throw. Wentz. And this is Cook with a grab. The 20. And he's in for the touchdown. And in the final seconds, forget overtime. They've just likely won this thing in regulation. Now Bullock to add the extra point. And it would appear they're going to get out of here with a come-from-behind victory.
Texans 38, Eagles 31. Randy Bullock set to kick off.
Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do take the big shot, you've got to worry on defense. Of course, no one getting behind the defense and make it an easy throw. But nowadays, it's not just the ball being tipped in the air and people in the end zone in a cluster. It's that guy that's short of the end zone who comes up and ends up making the play because he goes unguarded. So there's a lot to think about if you're playing defense in this situation.
We'll see if they can cover all their bases. Now they do indeed get the timeout, so all is not lost. They'll have a chance for one final heave to the end zone, facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. One last throw here for Goff. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. picked up by the former first-rounder Artie Burns. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, we were on hand for a fun and entertaining game here, coming down really to that last play. Great job defensively to get the pick and seal it.
And we know that every play during a game matters. You're never sure which one's going to be one of the key ones. But at the end of the game, when you analyze it, 3, 4, 5 plays are going to be the ones you focus on. And that last play was one of them. The last shot had to take it, and they came up with the interception and sealed their victory.
So for the Texans, they did what they needed to do. They split their first 2 road games of the year, and they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Philadelphia, they will fall to 1-1, and they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Carolina Panthers. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.